How about the 17th? Don't make us any older than we already are.
17.
You said 27.
Did I say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
okay.
got the 23.
My
and
hearing is still
17.
good.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah, the
my
hearing's
eyes,
good, huh? Just everything else.
That's
No.
where he's gonna go play baseball on the
Trust me.
27th.
Oh, that's right. That's been on my mind.
Trust me.
All right, confirmation of proper notice.
Notice posted according to statutory requirements on the 6th of January.
You got a roll call?
Okay, we have
You
Mr.
can see my list there.
Okay, yeah, you want to call.
Oh, you can call. I just wanna.
Mr. Abule,
Yeah,
Mr. Miller, Ms. Bukes,
Yes.
Ms. Harder,
Yes.
Mr. DiFustano.
Yep.
Mr. Fisher,
Hello?
yes.
Hello.
Mr. Smith,
Here.
okay, and Ms. Heigl.
Here.
Okay, that should do us. That Harder, did I call you?
Yep.
Okay.
so we're missing Michael.
Michael, Door, Michael Door's not here.
That's.
Still hear us all?
Yes.
Okay.
List.
I'll get you a new one. Jeff Roberts quit.
Okay, that's what I thought. Michael's here. So we're Thomas Coulard. Okay. Just wanna
I think
update
he's out
that.
of town.
Get Maggie to make a new one here.
Yeah.
We welcome Gus to the board, to the committee, and Dan to the committee. So,
New owners have to give full reports.
oh, do they? Oh, good. Next meeting.
Yeah.
We're gonna make this one short.
Okay.
Right.
Approval of the minutes. Everybody read the minutes?
Yes.
Yes, I
Yes.
have a correction.
You got a correction?
You want to make it?
No, go ahead.
October, the next meeting says the next meeting was scheduled for October 30, and that's not correct.
Okay,
That's on the next, almost at the end.
we'll
We
make
may
sure.
have
that's-
dumped in that meeting and then we changed it.
Fix it, whatever's supposed to be fixed.
Yeah, it was supposed to be November 30th, but we never had it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
call it off. All right, anything else? We'll hear a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve.
Deb, second. Very good. Anybody opposed? Okay, approved. All right, last time we had together, we were talking about this list of duties, the owners, before leaving. I got a copy of what's on the website. That's 5 pages.
Yes,
And
I
it's
did.
just a whole lot of repetitiveness. And, I mean, there's some things that we can add to it. I think maybe we should just go down it and decide, what we should leave off, or some of the duplicates, and come up with a new list, because there's some things on there, like taking care of your pool. I don't think we need that.
Now, this was put on as a pretty generic thing
Yeah,
way back when.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, they've got the one from the power company and one from council, and they just sort of threw it all together. I mean, we got, talks about the refrigerators and freezers like 3 times, stopping your, letting the telephone company know that you're not gonna be here. I don't care what you do with your phone. I'm more concerned with what you do with the inside, keeping it from getting mold. Does somebody want to volunteer to, redo this after we chop it up and print it out?
What do you mean by redo it?
Well, I'd like to go through it and X out some things, and then
We'll do that here.
you can do that here.
Yeah.
I can do that
I'll help Maggie if she needs help.
here. Okay.
Thank you.
Is anybody, nobody's had really time to read it. But, and we can add things to it. Another thing was brought up in the board meeting yesterday that they want us to look into. Can we, I don't want to use the word force, require people to, first of all, tell us. Second of all, have somebody we have their information, checking their unit, and follow certain guidelines as well. Did you have any input on that?
You mean by
Can we
establishing
require
a-
them?
Establishing a policy?
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe the board has the right to set a policy
Yeah.
requiring the owners to notify when you're not there.
But we can't
we
force
can-
them to
we-
have somebody.
No, we can't force them to have a condo watcher, but we can at least have an idea who's,
Who's
and
not.
we have probably 80%. Most people, you'd be
Have
surprised,
somebody-
come in, tell us when they
Yeah,
come,
I
tell
know
us
that.
when they're leaving. But there is that percentage that we don't know, and there's no requirement other than the fact that I think that for the stability of the unit or the building or whatever we want to call it, that, you know, if you're going to be away for 30 days or more, we should know.
But as far as entry, doesn't the bug guy go every other month anyway?
Well, he does.
It does, but we have some people who refuse service and won't, you know,
But every other month, what does that do for you?
Well,
If
it's
you
better
have-
than once it, not at all for
But I
6
mean,
months.
if you have water running, you know,
Well, I mean, anybody who's not here, really, we should, if we know they're not here, we can check and make sure that water's off outside.
Sure.
It should be shut off at the outside.
Okay, and I'll do a but here because I leave, I turn my water off,
Mhm.
but I'm not the issue. Upstairs is the issue, who's still here.
Yeah.
And if they've got a leak that nobody's aware
Yeah, well,
of,
that's true.
you
And
know,
that's-
so it's not necessarily,
that's
and yes,
why
my
you should
water
have
needs to be
somebody
off.
that-
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why we should have somebody
Yeah.
checking your unit.
Yeah.
I check a couple in my cluster. And I go in twice a month at least. And I do things like I turn the water on, I run a little bit of water in the sinks, I flush the toilets. I check the closets. We use Rid or Damp Rid. I use Damp Rid in my closet even when I'm here.
I
And
do
it
too.
literally fills up within 3 weeks to a month.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's when I'm here.
Yeah.
And I started doing that because I have a pair of dress shoes that I never wear. Then I went in one time and I looked down and I said, oh my God, they got mold growing on them. So, I mean, and then when you're not there, you get your,
It's Mother Nature telling you you should. be
yeah,
getting out
you
more.
get, it's even worse because you get your thermostat set at 78 or 80. But I mean, I go in, I turn the thermostat down to 70, let it run. I come back 2 hours later and then turn it off. I got a stand-up fan that I put by the lanai opening and I have it blow air out to the lanai. 'Cause
We've always left our lanai doors open a crack. I mean, that isn't a situation that I have now, but in our other one. So
But if you have somebody
there
going
could
in and
be-
watching it,
Yeah, that there could
The
be.
lanais get
circulation.
real stale, but I'll go and open the master slider and then the living
And then
room
the living
slider.
room slider.
And then they have a stand-up fan and I just turn on and it blows because the air conditioner vent's blowing right at that opening.
Yeah,
It just blows it out there. It really, but there's a lot of things that, we could suggest, but, and maybe we can come up with also a list,
of what should be.
of what
done.
should be done while they're gone. And, okay, this is, you got so-and-so is watching your unit. Here, give them this.
Right.
As it-
John, is it possible as we go forward, and I realize there's people living here, you're saying now that don't want the bug guy to come in and spray while they're not there. Can that be, as we go forward with new tenants and stuff, mandatory?
Let's put it this way. I try to talk everybody out of not allowing us to go in. Most people are receptive, but you have one or two that will agree. And then when you try to get in, they've changed the lock or something of that nature.
I can say that we had a bad experience in our corner of Sherwood with the tenants next door, where they were refusing the bug man for various reasons. I'm not sure what, but when they finally moved out, the place was infested, as was
Was it?
the carryover into ours and Becky's next door.
They should be,
Well, when I try here again, when Jeremy tells me I can't get into something, we try to investigate it.
Yeah,
You know, the biggest issue we've found is that with people, they don't try all the gates when they go in on the outside to do spin around the outside, and we've talked to them about that. And they've guaranteed us that they would this wouldn't happen again. But because outside, it probably is more important. Many associations don't have inside pest control anymore because the predominance of the protection is the outside envelope. Now you will bring in palmetto bugs from Publix or whatever, but you'll be surprised the number of associations that have just exterior, and if there's a problem inside, then they go inside. But this is a hangover because when I came here, we used to go in every month.
Yeah.
Way back when.
Yes, you did.
And then we went to every other month when it was becoming onerous because they wanted to raise prices and things like that. We're still more competitive today. We're at 1,700. When I first came here, it was 2,300. And then we found out that they were billing us for Wildewood 2 and other things. So it was a strange deal, I'll tell you that. But anyway, so we're like $500 under 5 years ago what we were paying for the pest service. And most people seem to think it's okay. I mean, you're all going to get, when it gets cold, you're going to get the little sugar ants and what have you. That's why we maintain the little taro and everything else, and we always have that for you if you want it. But it's individual. You know, we got 558 different families, and everybody's got a reason why. Or I like to sleep late, and that's one of the biggest things.
Yeah.
They want to come in, and I don't get up till 11 o'clock, and you're here between 8 and 10, and you know, you'd be surprised what you get.
Must be they don't notice those little bugs crawling across their forehead while they're sleeping.
No.
Please don't give us nightmares.
I don't think they taste bitter like.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, well, let's go down this list and see if we can scratch some stuff out that I don't think we need. The 3 weeks prior.
So you're going over the one that's off the,
Yeah, off the
From the
website.
Just review it. I'll review it and then update it next month.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
good.
I mean, I think the one about the air conditioning system being serviced is very good. It should be. The number 2 thing there is having to calibrate your humidistat. They should do that during a checkup. That could be added to the first line.
Like you said, remove the telephone company thing.
Yeah, the telephone,
Steve, what's the first part about the HVAC though?
make an
Having a-
appointment to have your air conditioning checked.
Should be
Oh,
under
you
the
don't have
3
a
week
copy of that?
period.
it's just
It's
once
all
a
over
year.
here.
It doesn't have to be before you leave.
Huh?
It's just once a year. It's not just
No, it should be
necessarily
twice a
before-
year.
Right.
Technically, it should be done twice a year.
Mine comes twice a year.
Mine comes twice a year
Would you
too,
be
but
so kind
it
as
doesn't
give
have
us
to be done
something?
just before you leave.
The last one.
It says.
It's not a
We
bad
can get
idea
more.
to
We can
have
get
it
more.
It takes
sometime close to when you leave, because
We'll
they're
get
gonna
you
clear out that drain line.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, I do
And-
that every 20 minutes.
And if you do that in the winter and then you don't do it in April before you leave,
Yeah.
so that, it should be done, I would say, sometime shortly before you leave. And having a thermos humidistat calibrated, some people have humidistats, some people don't. But that should be part of a regular servicing, they do that.
Mine looks like it came over on the boat.
Oh, the humidistat?
Yeah.
Oh, mine does too, but it's never, I
It
don't have
works.
it connected to my new unit, because I got
So we get rid of the
a
telephone.
21 SEER.
Yeah, we don't
So the telephone company can be X'd out, I think.
How about the range for landscaping maintenance? We don't need to worry about that in there.
Where's that? Oh, that's further.
It's down the list.
Oh, that one, yeah,
Yeah.
no, that can be gone. And seek a trusted friend, relative, I'd put professional, but
Yeah, why not?
any one of those 3.
Foggers, I wish I had. Wish I still had.
And if we want to put a line in there that we have 2 guys on staff that do it,
Yeah, that would be good.
because a lot of people don't know it. I put that out in one of my articles, and I actually had somebody call me and
What's this?
Okay.
Jeff and
let
Jack.
people know that two of our staff do a regular good job by,
Yeah, they do it on the weekends.
they go
charge
in on
for it, but-
weekend and they charge for it, but they go in, they take pictures and send emails to the owners of what the condition of the unit is every week.
Yeah, they
So if
check
you
the
want that
closets,
type of
check
service,
bathrooms.
it's available
Yeah.
locally.
Yeah.
Wash your windows.
Change the
Dreaming.
sheets.
No, I mean, that's
Dreaming,
for free.
yeah.
Yeah, I put that in an article and I literally had two people call me right after they read it and said, which who? Like, tell me who, and
We got two calls yesterday.
John, can you tell us who they are?
Yeah, Jim Sell and Jackie.
Thank you.
So,
You said Jack.
Yeah.
Can see
Does
what's
it say
on it.
Jackie?
Yeah, thanks.
Do you know what they charge?
No, I certainly can find out, but like I said, both of them do a very, very good job and people are very happy with it. There is another owner here, Stu Swenson,
Yeah.
but apparently he's either backing off or he's got some back issues because one of his clients came in yesterday and wanted to make a change because he said that he couldn't no longer do that, but I don't know if that's from Swenson or it's just from the owner that was not happy with what was going on.
Well, Stu doesn't look too good. He lives right across from me and he doesn't look good.
No, you're right.
All right. I mean, closing shutters, that's just a given, but I guess you can leave it there.
Well, that's in the event of a hurricane.
No, anybody who goes away usually just closes them anyways when they're not here. At least that's my recollection
I
of,
think they do.
yeah.
Yeah.
And don't forget, they are not hurricane shutters.
Right,
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
they're decorative shutters.
They work pretty well. I've
Yeah,
got-
they work
Yeah,
good.
they'll take the brunt.
You betcha.
Uh,
That's what insurance is.
Purchase timers and lamps, that's fine, I guess, if they want to do that. Don't know that it has to be on there, but it can be.
But you're
Or
turning
we-
your power off anyhow, aren't you?
No,
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 Oh, not your general power, that's
No,
right.
not
Yeah,
that
okay,
kind of
yeah.
power.
where are you? What page are you at?
we're
At
on,
the bottom.
They're going through the,
it says 3
It's
weeks
a
prior to
change.
leaving.
3 weeks, so we're on 3 weeks.
And we're down to 2 weeks now, but
You missed a week, Colin.
yeah.
Yeah.
Arrange a forward amount, I mean, again, okay, I guess you can leave it on there, but everybody would do that.
Well, it's good that it's on 2 weeks because I've learned that if you don't do it 2 weeks in advance, then it doesn't happen fast.
I've done it like 2 days before we just going away for, a week. But
Depends on the mood of the post office.
Is that right?
exactly. Boy, they have screwed us up so badly.
They really, they tell you they want 2 weeks notice.
Yeah.
but
Yeah, well, that's, okay, we'll leave that in the timers
This is
and
great.
arrange for cancellation of newspapers, yeah. Run the air conditioning
Yeah.
thermostat to test the
That's a
reliability.
duplicate, right?
I guess you could do that. You've got your programmable thermostats, you can, that would be a good idea to test it out, I guess.
A lot of people have it on their iPhones now.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Desiccants, if needed.
That's Stanford.
Hmm?
That's Stanford.
so maybe that should be used rather than the big word that a lot of people would not
Might
know what it
not
meant.
Yeah.
Purchase Stanford, and that's a good thing. They should buy several and have it so that the person checking it, if they know how to, I mean, you can get disposable ones and you can get throwaway ones. You get throwaways, then fine, just have your person throw it away, put a new one in.
The other thing they have is the long acting ones that you get for your trailers and campers
Mhm.
that are big tubs and they last a long time.
Do a lot of people use dehumidifiers?
I do.
And I know of at least one.
But you gotta.
One
put
of the
it in
guys that I
sink, lift
check,
it up and Put it in, so it drains into the sink or
I was
something.
just
in the
gonna say,
shower,
And
yeah,
then you're
you
done.
have to make sure, or in the tub.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One I know that
Okay.
actually drains out the lanai. It goes out through the wall and
Oh, okay.
they have it sitting in their lanai. I mean,
I have one that puts it right up on the kitchen counter, and he has this just a 2-bedroom condo straight back, and that's probably all right. I was thinking like a unit like mine, I'd put one back in the master bath shower stall.
Yeah, I was just gonna
And
say,
then one
yeah,
out front.
probably the best.
And, whatever you do,
Weigh a ton.
but get damp rid and have a supply there for whoever's watching your place. Begin cleaning products. I don't really think you need that last line there.
Okay.
I don't know if it's on the list or if it's mentioned, but most people have ice makers on their refrigerators. And you should really empty that ice bin and shut the ice maker off. Because if you lose the power for 2 or 3 days, that ice is going to melt and it's going to leak through the door and onto the floor. And I was here when we lost our power, and I wasn't even thinking of it. I went out in the kitchen. There was a puddle on the floor, and it was the ice bin. The ice had melted. So if you're not home, you don't need to make cocktails. So dump the ice bin and shut the machine down.
Thank
I
you.
have
We're
something
getting to
else,
that one. It is on here 2 times.
something else, Steve, that as far as you said, to leave damp rid available for people who are watching it.
Mhm.
You should also leave a couple batteries because many of the thermostats now require batteries.
That's good.
And I've
Put
run
it
into
on
that
there,
where
yeah.
the thermostat is
Batteries for
functioning because
thermostats.
it's,
And smoke detectors.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but if you do your smoke detectors before you leave with batteries, that
Right.
should be
Well, that's-
okay, yeah.
True.
many people do that
Yeah,
as a
that
change,
should be
when the
one
time
of the-
changes.
I put that on
Yeah.
there.
Change batteries and or leave batteries. All right, 1 week prior to leaving, clean the refrigerator and freezer, eat all the food on hand.
Don't tell me what to eat.
Give it to your neighbors.
Yeah.
Crying out loud.
I think you can get rid of eat the food.
Yeah,
Yeah. And even the refrigerator, clean the refrigerator. That could be put down on the day of departure because you got this other stuff right there on.
Yeah, empty refrigerator, same thing. I don't think you
Yeah,
need
I
that
don't
there.
think you need that. Vacuum, upholstery, get rid
Yeah,
of
that,
most.
you don't need that.
Don't need
yeah.
that. Remove interior plants. I think that's common sense. If they don't, they're just gonna die on them.
Leave that.
Eat the food in the food cabinets. I don't think anything there can't be moved down. What do you think? Anybody see anything that you should leave there on the 1 week prior?
Just operation of dehumidifier,
And we could put that back on the,
secure continuous drain.
you could put that back on the 2 week.
Yeah,
Check the humidifier.
okay.
'Cause-
so you're removing the stuff. from
Yeah, the 1 week,
prior?
I think we'll just do away with the 1 week.
You're doing away with eat the food cabinets and stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
That whole second.
I have to say,
No, that's gonna be moved down.
okay, because most of your snowbirds who have not experienced a Florida summer have really no clue how hot it gets here. And
No, hopefully they got the air conditioner set on.
I know, so, open food is,
Will you be
No, I
surprised?
don't want to leave open food. If
What?
they do, that's just.
When we had the termite for that one building, Jim and I went into the one unit that people couldn't get here. And we filled 3 garbage cans full of
Discarded food.
food that was, I've never seen cabinets that were so stocked. It was like going to A&P or
Open stuff?
Publix or something like that.
Yeah.
It was just, it was just unbelievable amount of stuff in there. And they hadn't been there in a couple of years.
You're talking about noodles and rice and stuff.
Yeah,
that's
noodles and
what I
rice and
was
spices.
thinking.
That's
Yeah.
usually getting buggy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
oh, it
much.
was. It was
cans
buggy.
should be okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll move the eat the food down to the 1 day of departure.
Okay,
Remove, because, when we go away, that's what we do. The day before or day of, we go in the refrigerator, we empty all the trash and take it out.
yeah.
So that can be done on the day of departure. Empty the refrigerator and freezer. Disconnect and leave the door open or ajar.
I would not I would not do that, no.
I
Nah,
let mine run.
You don't.
Yeah,
They said it's
yeah,
better.
I
Yeah,
did,
no.
Just say
You would-
empty, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And
One
freezer, just for running properly, to keep it running properly, it's a good thing to put something,
Yeah.
And it's
Like
water,
bottles of water.
bottles of
Yeah, a
water,
gallon,
something in
a
there. so
gallon
that-
jug.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then it runs better.
I think that was here someplace. Maybe
It's on
not.
the first sheet that we had.
I'll fix something
Okay.
there.
Empty your ice maker, dump the ice down the garbage disposal. That's a
That's,
lot of people don't know that. But you put ice cube, I do it like every week. I'll just grab a handful and put down the garbage disposal and
But
turn it on.
good
It
for your
cleans the blades
with the
and
little
it
baking
gets
soda.
anything that's stuck in there out.
Really?
The other thing you have to be careful about is filling the sink up with ISO.
Oh, yeah.
It'll make the bowl condensate
Yeah.
underneath.
No, just run hot water, if you're gonna dump out the ice maker, but yeah, you wanna empty the ice maker and baking soda down the garbage disposal. That's a good one. Empty the dishwasher, that's good. Set timers, that's fine.
Should you cover your garbage disposal? Put the top on it to keep bugs from coming
It
out?
says cover drains and with stopper or duct tape, so we're getting to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Disconnect the hot water heater. I wouldn't drain it, but I'll turn it off and turn off the hot water heater.
I don't have one.
What?
Water heater.
Oh, you got instant,
On demand.
that's fine.
Does your electrical panel support that? Other people have tried to put it in and it
I
hasn't
have a
worked.
new electric panel too. You know, when you upgrade, you have to upgrade
For 200
everything.
amp panel.
But I have had 5 people here for
Mhm.
4 days and nobody ever took a cold shower and we did laundry. So that instant water heater works fabulous.
Well, that's good, 'cause-
$310.
but you
Really?
had to replace your panel to do it.
I ripped out the whole kitchen.
That's, well, yeah, what I'm saying is
Not
that
everybody's gonna be
if
able to do
everybody,
that.
if everybody went out and bought an instant water heater, unfortunately, it wouldn't work on the old panels. 'cause
And
they
I
had
had the
that-
panel turned around
Yeah.
from the kitchen into the hallway
I did that too.
because it's between 2 studs. So
Mhm.
it's so much easier accessible if you flip it and put it
That's what I did
in the
too.
hallway than the
Put a
kitchen.
nice little picture over it.
Somebody was drinking when they designed that kitchen.
Can you explain in there, where it says, to turn off the water heater, that's by turning the breakers off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can that
Some of them have a
Disconnect,
switch on the wall.
I've got a switch on the wall.
I don't.
Oh,
and
My
I
other
don't know
one
how
did.
that works.
what?
I've got a toggle switch
I
on the
do
wall,
too.
just like
Yeah,
a light
a
switch.
lot of them do.
Yeah.
Buddy of mine over at Wildwood too has.
Is
the same
that
thing.
enough or do you have to turn it off at the
No,
breaker?
That's enough.
Yeah.
You're cutting the power to it.
It's like turn off.
It's like killing one leg of the power, but that kills both legs.
Yeah.
Because it can't operate on one leg.
I can't either.
It's just a little light switch. So
Right.
it takes one of the hot legs
Right.
and kills it, but that'll do the same thing. I turn mine off.
These little water heaters, they have 2 elements in them or 1?
Which little
They got one, but they work off of 220 power, not 110.
So you-
So when you turn off a little light switch, you're just killing one of the
One
wires.
leg, I understand that then.
Yeah. And that's fine.
I just assumed they had 2 elements in them.
Don't assume.
Mine does. Mine does. Yeah, I do have 2
I
elements.
haven't had the fun yet of tearing into that.
Nobody ever asked me.
But anyways, yeah, we want to turn off the power. Strip bedding, if people don't know how to do
What's
strip
this
bedding,
mean if
I don't know why that's in there, but
you're using chemical mildew inhibitors cover the air passages? What are they talking about? The vents in the wall, in the ceiling, in the wall, I mean?
That seems excessive.
That's their departure. It's about the 5th one from the bottom.
Using chemical mildew inhibitors, cover air passages with 2 milliliter thick plastic.
What in the world do they talk about?
That seems excessive.
Just get rid of it.
yeah, just, we'll do away with that
that might be
one.
a scratch off.
Yeah, I
It's
was.
gone.
thinking That's probably
Yeah,
good for
that's,
trailers.
we haven't gotten to that one yet, but okay, yeah, let's scratch that one out.
Yeah.
Cover drains with stoppers and duct tape, that's fine. Cover and seal toilets,
Real good idea.
real good idea.
Star.
I even put the lid down and maybe put a brick on top of
Yeah.
the lid.
And
And we're not, and if you're trapped, and that's why I go in and I turn the water on, I flush the toilets, because if you're trapped dries out, the rats will go right up through and into your house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or they fall in through your exhaust pipe from the palm tree.
No, we've got
We
all,
got all those covered now.
we've got all of those
I
vents
know.
covered, yeah,
You know,
but it can happen,
All
yeah.
right,
it did happen.
Heather,
Yeah.
cover set your burglar alarm. Well, that's common sense. Okay. Check your air conditioner for
Like
accurate
fluffy
setting.
there.
Set off bombs and foggers if desired.
Is that really a good idea?
Not if you have the pest guys coming in.
Yeah.
Well, and all those are explosive to start with.
Yeah.
So all you need is to fill up your space with that stuff, and then your AC kick in, a spark from the
Spark come
motor.
off, yeah.
To get rid
I
of
mean,
it.
it's one thing
Yeah,
to
I'd
do
get
that.
off, I'd get rid of that.
I would take that
I
out
would-
yeah,
first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gone. Lock doors and secure exterior. Really?
Lock
Can you
doors.
change that to day before / day of departure? Because you're asking,
Yeah,
I
Oh,
leave
yes.
at 5 a.m. I'd have to get up at midnight to take care of all this stuff.
but
Just
you would figure it out.
Day
Yeah,
right?
well-
You think you would figure that out to do it the day before?
Why don't
Day
you,
Yeah.
before or day of
why
departure.
don't you say prior to departure?
Yeah. Day of or day before.
I'd start, that's too long a list. I'd have to start a couple of days early.
Is there a way to, some of these things are suggestions, and some really should be mandatory.
Yeah.
So is there a way to identify that? Does that make sense?
Again, it's hard for us to tell them you have to do that.
Well, why don't we just say it should be done?
Should be done.
Yeah, I have to agree with
Or
him.
we could say must be done whether they do it or not, but at least we said we asked them to do it.
It's also
Yeah.
on the website. There's I don't know if it's a suggestion or a list of things to do. I haven't seen this, but
Yeah.
the list of things to do where it's thermostat should be set at this temperature. Humidistat should be set at this
We're getting to
percent.
that.
We're gonna get to that.
He put all the pages. That's why I was wanting to go over this, so, because a lot of it's repetitive.
Well, my thing is, can you add something on the bottom that if there is damage to the unit that has to be paid for by the association, when these things have not been done, that we are not liable for fixing people's units when they haven't done that?
You could say that, but unfortunately statutory
Statutory.
requirements
Yeah.
still kick it in.
Unfortunately, you
I
can say
mean,
anything
people
you
leave their,
want, but
people
they're
leave their
not.
water on and there's a leak from the toilet. We have a $2,000
I know,
Drywall bill.
I know.
I tried with 571 this year, didn't get anywhere.
If when
Almost got
we
sued.
get there, then if they come in and say they're leaving, I think we should try to send one of the guys around and make sure their water's off. Or if you know
Yeah,
that
that,
you're
yeah.
upstairs, your next door neighbor left, walk around and see if his water is off. It's right there in the front.
Mhm.
Turn it off.
There has been practically no one who's never turned their water off. Because everybody says, I turned my water off.
Yeah.
Somebody must have turned it on while I was gone.
Yeah.
yeah.
To do
100%
something.
of the time.
Yeah.
When there's damage, I turned mine off.
Yeah.
100% of the time.
I also, with the toilets and covering, I go to the dollar store and you can get a big thing of the Lysol liquid. You can get it with flavors and all that, but I put that into the toilet bowl itself, and then I put some into the head, and then cover with cellophane and cover it, and I had no loss of liquid,
Water, yeah.
nothing.
But you had happy rats. They
Oh, they love the smell.
they were gargling the whole time. That's interesting. Though.
I had
It helped for
none of it was gone when I came back this
Yeah,
time.
yeah, if you seal it with cellophane, it should all stay in there.
Yeah. But it also smelled good.
Yeah.
That's important.
It is.
That's important. All right, next page.
Which one do you want to go to?
I think,
Helpful hints? Was that yours?
oh, is it?
Florida Power and Light.
Florida Power and Light one?
Yeah,
Let's go to
Florida
that one.
Power and Light, I think was next.
Okay.
I think I had them in order, but wait.
Yeah.
Account manager.
I don't care about
I don't think we need to worry about that. People monitor their bill, they should, they're paying it. Yeah, Appliances. I agree with that.
Pull it from the wall.
And this is, see, some of these we'll have to go back and feed into the day before or the day of.
Yeah, I was gonna say, make
Yeah.
it one list.
Seeing cable, depending upon what you have, if you have wireless things in your, hopefully people understand that you can't turn your routers off, or you're not gonna have access to your
Yeah,
Thermostat.
thermostat or whatever
Yeah.
else is
Yeah.
wireless
Well,
or
yeah,
your security
people know, but-
system.
yeah.
But then cable will also say, do not turn off the box because they need to do updates.
They constantly update, yeah.
One thing I would turn off would be the television.
Oh, I would
I'd
unplug the TV,
unplug the
absolutely.
TV
TV
and
and
the
a computer,
microwave,
really.
Or
computer.
your power
Some-
strip.
I don't know if you realize this, but most of the new TVs that are out, when your power goes off, it comes back on, your TV comes on.
Yeah,
I've had that happen about 3 times this past summer.
Yes.
So I would say unplug your
Mm.
TV.
television, computer, appliances. I remember when my dad was here, we had a bad lightning storm. It fried 3 TVs,
Oh,
Uh-huh.
microwave.
wow. How about the
The,
wiring in the
the
house?
clock radio, the digital clock radio got fried.
How about I would worry about the wiring inside the walls. If it did that.
Well,
unplug your power
That could
strips.
happen. Yeah.
You would probably unplug your electric stove.
Yeah.
Here's what, just for your information,
Mhm.
lightning, if it gets into your wiring, let's say it can come in through the air conditioner, or if it comes in through your ground power,
Yeah.
it goes to the largest
The easiest
breaker.
way out.
Yeah.
Easiest way down.
path of least resistance, and
Yeah.
that's usually your electric stove,
Oh,
because that's a 60 amp breaker. If you got that turned off,
That's where it
you
goes.
might be saved. But the best thing you can do is put a surge arrestor on your electrical panel.
Yeah.
Because
And
that's
that
what
you
I
get
did.
through
Next time I
solar
came down, I
power.
brought like 5, because my dad said, I told him, I said, if you'd had power, because we installed them in my company, because it's usually the air conditioner gets it.
Yeah.
When we would have a thunderstorm up north, we would get at least company-wide, we'd get 5 or 6 calls with dead compressors, because that's the path of least resistance. It goes right to that compressor and boom,
Most expensive thing.
yeah.
And those you get through Florida Power and Light.
No, you can buy them, but yes, you can get it through them, or you can have an electrician put it in. Somebody who's
It's into
electrician.
your outside box.
It goes right on the panel, in the panel,
Okay.
and you just hook it to the biggest breaker. I always hook mine to the air conditioner because,
Hey, Steve,
You want that to work.
I
Yeah.
want that to work.
you want a table going over the rest of this? Cause I mean, it's getting, I know people have to leave, so.
We're gonna get close here. Why don't we,
Because some of this, as you
What
get
time
into
you
the
gotta be?
appliances, is
I have to
repetitive.
be home by 11.
home by 11? Okay. All right, we got another few minutes. Yeah, you're right.
Because you already talked about the dishwasher.
Yeah, dishwasher.
And the washing machine, I always unplug
Okay, great.
in case of water.
You should turn off the dryer.
Yeah.
We lost John.
And that can be done again at the box,
You
at
can do that in
the,
a breaker.
at the
Yeah,
breaker.
the breaker.
You don't
yeah.
have to pull the
No.
washer and dryer out to do
No,
it. You
no,
can
no.
just hit the
Yeah.
breaker.
And if you shut off your main water, you really don't need to shut off the ones in, because I know mine,
Inside,
are,
because
the
there's
side of
traffic
my
coming in.
unit, I can barely get my hand in there.
I don't know how mine, you couldn't unplug the washer and dryer without pulling the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's
Correct.
behind it
No,
somewhere.
you
Sure.
Just shut off your breakers.
Just cut off the breakers.
All right, smart plugs and lamps.
You gotta be careful with these breakers too, though. I mean, I've got my original panel. Breakers really aren't intended to be switches. If you exercise them too much, then they'll get to the point that,
They're shot. That'd be an excuse to do what Monica did.
yeah, well, I need to do that. but-
Yeah. They only
Or
get
they can
exercise
replace the
twice a
breaker.
year.
That's not a big thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So dishwasher empty and leave open. I agree. Washing machine, yes, you should. I found out that you really, if you're not using your washer, you should leave it open.
I always have my lid open. on
We
the
leave our
washing
door
machine.
ajar all the time on
Yeah.
the washing machine
Yeah.
with the lid.
Otherwise it stinks.
I think
Well, I
if
have
you're
a
gonna be,
front
oh, I'm
loader.
sorry.
I do too.
If you're going away for the whole summer, you should consider turning the water off to it.
What happened? I can't hear anybody. I don't hear anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was muted, but their video went off.
Oh,
Can you guys hear us?
Oh.
And it looks
It-
like everything went off.
yeah, it just disappeared.
Well, I see them on my thing, but the video is turned off and the voices are not working.
Well, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, okay.
I think
I
they're
guess I'll
winding it
stop
down.
recording.
They're winding it down now anyway, so,
Okay.
again, thank you, and, maybe I'll see you Wednesday, okay?
Okie dokie.
Bye.
Bye-bye.